Hi, chat. How's it going? What's up? I've got to set everything up. One moment. Alright, let me ping my Discord and stuff. How's it going? Welcome. Okay, hi chat. Today we are playing more Limbus Company. Whoa. I just realized I have enough lunacy to do a poll. I don't remember where I got that from. I think it was from one of these, the mails that they send out for like maintenance. Yo, welcome. But yeah, let's start off the stream with a poll. All right, who do we poll for? Maybe I do want a different Dawn ID, so that would be sick. It's just Dawn, and then there's these two. I think I might go with the Dawn ID. Right, this feels like a good Dawn ID. I don't know. What's your? How do I? Oh yeah, like that. Mark to the prescript, poise. Syncing as well. Okay, so it's pretty much the same as the Faust ID, right? Or similar, at least. Oh, unlock! Wait a minute. She's an actual Mirror Dungeon Grim Reaper. Oh my god. All right. Well, let's do a single poll, or a single 10 poll, to see if we can get that. I still don't have the, Refraction Railway rewards, because I kind of just, like, didn't go on every day, and because I kind of forgot a little bit, but we're fine. Oh my god, whoa. That's a crazy... Okay, wait. Alright, let's go. Oh. Chat. Chat? Chat? What? First poll, alright. That's sick. That's crazy. Alright. Literally the first poll that I have done this season. And we get... and we get... the new Dawn ID, alright. That's awesome. It'll be 70 polls, oh my god. Alright, well, that's cool. Alright, what? No. What is this? Does the prescript which is whispered by the great magic chicken kebab, yeah. I'm gonna keep that, I think. Yeah. In fact, wait. I kind of forgot that I had, like, new identities that I could switch this to. There we go. Chicken kebab. Okay. Well, we're not gonna be using her yet, just because we need to level her up. And we also need to level up Lord Honglu first, so that's gonna be something. And we have 0 tickets for it. Awesome. That's great. So I think with the Refraction Railway rewards, when we have enough modules to do that, we should be good for both of them, honestly, right? Though I also want to level up Faust, but, like, I don't know. We do need a good Faust ID, just, like, ready, you know? I don't know. Lord without his shoes? Dang. I still don't know what any of that means, honestly, because we haven't done Canto 8 yet, but let's continue the regular checkup. Oh god. The way she works is basically solo leveling complete quests 9 times and get shins. What? Do you use any support characters or not? So which ones? Occasionally, just whatever I need. Though I usually avoid it if I don't need to. Alright. Let's continue. Oh god, I'm gonna have to read and it's gonna like wear out my like voice very quickly. Oh god. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way to this unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim with convoluted-looking machines, and on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us. This is... Assistance from P-Corp in the process of developing this device was indispensable. Wait, that means... Sorry, oh my god. In cohorts with young Cesara, are you? What? Hoy day. Much did I aspire to regale her with the tale of the contract's glorious completion, of mine heroism and bravery. 'Tis quite unfair of thee to meet her all by thy lonesome, young Faust. Your concerns will be taken into account next time. Faust seemed relieved. Ah, worry thee not, for Faust has availed us the sights of Limbus Company headquarters. Thy tit hath been tatted for. There are numerous reasons for which you were yet to be allowed into the headquarters, but as it would be a fruitless effort to explicate them all, we will not yet cover that subject here. Phew, glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture. The primary reason is, however, that there were several limitations to bringing the members of our department to the headquarters brought upon by the frequent transnest movements and irregular scheduling of our missions. God, sorry. It's already getting, like, I'm reading so many words and just like, oh, there are a lot of words that I have to read out loud, and then I have to think about reading them out loud rather than actually comprehending the words that I'm saying out loud. Oh, God. Limbus. Why'd you say all that if you were gonna explain anyway? Wait, more importantly, what's that about collaborating with P-Corp? Boy, here we go again. P-Corp's singularity can be summarized by the following 4 words: expansive space warping technology. Oh, right, didn't you say that Mrs. Sarah told you something about how the principle of P-Corp's singularity is a lot like how La Mancha Land works? Right, La Mancha Land was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask. Don't other wings already make liberal use of the different kinds of space-expanding singularities? It's, how should I put this? It's a bit too mundane of a city tech for P-Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing. That is quite the intelligent question. Compliments, how nice. Ishmael is correct in suggesting that technology to expand a given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well. An example of one such invention making use of this space expansion technology, but isn't a P-Corp singularity, would be Mephistopheles. The ultimate purpose of P-Corp's space expansion technology is to create the safest place in the world. Oh, wow, it's actually just... It's just the bunker, okay? Why was that an abnormality? Okay. A perfectly protected construct, its interior shelter from the outside world, no matter how severely its exterior is battered. To have a sound structural integrity no matter what, its interior is safe from any and all harm. By the way, there's gonna be a whole ass Limbus exhibition. What? Therefore, the more expensive the P-Corp product is, the safer its interior is from damaging outside conditions such as extreme pressure or shock. Perhaps the way in which the interior is completely insulated from the outside is comparable to a full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension. Freddy Fazbear is coming. Oh, on Twitter they're talking about Limbus exhibition. Yo, how's it going? Welcome. God, sorry, I like ate right before this, so my voice is just like a little bit like off right now. Does that happen to anyone else when you eat? You just like your voice is like bad. I don't even know how to explain it. I just like can't talk out loud without like having to like clear my throat and stuff. In conclusion, the exterior of the vehicle utilizes P-Corp singularity, which means that it can protect its interior from all forms of impact, not to mention that it has enough room to hold more than 13 people inside. We're about to meet top 10 characters in Project Moon, not gonna lie, yo. What the fuck is there, a 12 gigabyte update after I installed the update on Thursday? I think for part 2, right? Don't dimensional trunks or containers also transport things to other dimensions? Sync, why are you freezing up all of a sudden? There was this creepy story that used to circulate among kids back when I was in school. Here's how it goes. So, a Devat Association employee makes a delivery to a house, then looks away for a second. And a curious kid crawls into the courier trunk, and I'm gonna stop the story here. Look, that story kept me up at night for a whole week, so, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about it, that scenario there. Or a scenario where... Hey, come on, sometimes a story is just a story. Not necessarily. Deviat? Ah. Unfortunately, the story that inspired Sinclair's week-long nightmares was most likely an accurate retelling of a true story. Several regulations were added to Hana and Deviat Association's rules to prevent cases of people being stored in dimensional containers. From a certain perspective, it may be that the warp technology employed by W Corp shares a degree of similitude. Got the new Dawn Index ID? Yeah, we got her on the first 10 poll that we did today, like, at all. Like, like, I don't think I've done a poll this season yet, and that was the first poll this season, and we got the new Dawn ID. Which is crazy. The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension, the difference being that they are packaged in a safer manner. Therefore, perhaps enough of the connections exist to say that they operate on the same scale. Anywho, the point is that we'll always have access to the headquarters as long as we have this vehicle thing, right? This will likely make the logistics of communication and supply much more convenient. One question, however, how does the company plan to move this instrument, as I expect it would be much trouble on its own? Has the detail been hashed out yet? No. In order to establish a more tangible level of communication with Limbus Company's headquarters, an effective means of transportation such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city. In summary, an efficient means of transportation such as this vehicle here, developed using P-Corp and the aspirant W-Corp's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city. Cracked any somersaults for the season? No? Sorry, I'm reading the chat a bit. Of course not. The technology is still experimental. It is astronomically expensive to install and operate. Virgilus gave us a firm clarification. Activating now. Faust tinkers with various machines and contraptions within this vehicle, and the giant door from earlier began to tremble, making a loud noise. Wherefore is that gate over yonder shuddering so? Energies now linked are routing towards that gate. It's so weird switching between, between everyone else talking like Faust and Yisung, and then going to Dawn and being like, yeah! Then the gauge displays around the glowing door filled. The door began to slowly open. Hold on, sorry, one sec. Entering now. When it opened, Faust made her way inside like it was just another door. Well, let's just follow her inside. There was a bizarre and incomprehensible noise of machines, coupled with a low droning noise. Yes, we have arrived. Welcome to the Limbus Company headquarters. This place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits, walking briskly between their busy schedules. I hear heavy doorsteps. Doorsteps? Sorry. I hear heavy doors opening and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time. Yo, music. This is the floor of the LCE department. LCE? Hopefully we'll get to proudly stride in through the HQ's front gate one day. Sorry if I'm not reading the chat too much. It's hard to like read like and actively engage in in the like reading and stuff, and then also switch between chat and stuff. So I apologize if I miss a bunch of messages. Love this OST. Yeah, it's great. Alright. This is a good team, right? Yeah. Decent. Yo.
정리를 시작하겠어.
Do a nerdy voice for Hohenheim? Alright. Oh, yeah, no, totally. That, okay. You didn't have to tell me that. Hello? Right, are we waiting for something to happen, or were we suddenly unfamiliar with the concept of introducing ourselves? Given that that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty of self-introduction. My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company. To be precise, he is the chief researcher of the LCE department. To be more precise, I am the chief researcher responsible for the entirety of Limbus Company. To be even more precise, the only reason he retains that role is because Yisung and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners. Someone must stay behind to continue the research, after all. Aha, so you two are friends. While it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label on this relationship, it could be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication with one another. I'm in agreement for the first time since we were acquainted. I hear that our department has reached out several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup. Sorry, there's somebody spamming in chat, so I'm just like, I had to time him out for a minute. The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are constantly on the move from one nest to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate reply. I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail. Yes, I was very well aware. I am also quite aware of the fact that your department has been giving us the same reply over and over again, like an answering machine. And this must be Dante, the executive manager of Limbus Company Sinners. I'd like to say, hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose he can hear what I'm saying. The manager extends their greetings. You're welcome, everyone. How's it going? Charmed. It's a grueling and arduous work to be in a position of leadership, especially when communication issues come into play. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if my researchers and I are even speaking the same language, so I do commiserate. Oh, is that Ego? Wait a minute, that's Ego Gear. Is that what that is? Oh my god, that's sick. How odd, their clothes are... Oh, hold on. Bot message, get out. Yes, allow me to introduce you all to Martin and Alyssa, two of our few researchers directly in my command. Are they wearing gear extracted from abnormalities? But how? Happy to have someone who recognizes them. Are they like gears scavenged from the former L-Corp? While there are partial similarities to their gears, enough differences are present to distinguish them. Indeed, we attempted our own brand of extraction, successfully, I might add. Oh, are they, like, just recreating L-Corp stuff? Oh god. That's not a good idea, I would say. While the news of the production of Ego Gear in Limbus Company's style was already received, this is the very first time they are observed in person. So you must have abnormalities contained in this facility. So that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here, huh? Oh god. But I'm sensing distortions in Pictula, too. Indeed, as there are containment and research subjects for the LCE department as well. Faust closely observed the Ego Gear Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest. Apart from the few imperfections on the finish, the level of ego extraction visible here is quite acceptable. Input appreciated. Not gonna lie, without spoiler, the first two part of Canto 9 sucks. Dang. This interval is the only part of the game where with unique X requirements. Oh. Hey, by the way, just a quick side thing. Try to avoid discussion of Canto 9 stuff. In fact, I'm going to. I always need to. Thank you for the reminder of Canto 9, but I do need to just pin messages of spoilers will result in a ban. I'm gonna pin that in both chats real quick because I always forget to do that until like a little bit later in the stream. Sorry, no, you're good. Obviously, like you didn't like do anything. I just know that if you discuss stuff from future Cantos, somebody will spoil. It doesn't have to be the person that started the conversation. There will be somebody joining in on the conversation who spoils. Okay, let me do that on YouTube. There we go. And that. Cool. Okay. This is a product of thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that have been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract it with an acceptable level of stability. The spoilers kind of talking about difficulty too, or that wouldn't be exactly a spoiler, but like I said earlier, if you start discussions about future Cantos and like future events and stuff, there will be somebody in chat who's like, "Oh, I can spoil." You know, so just keep future stuff discussions to a minimum, you know? But at the end of the day, I did it like I always do. You did it? Are you sure you want to take all the credit when your team is standing right behind you? We're used to it. Oh, piss off. I'm not going mad surrounded by these self-absorbed twats. I am not, yeah, I misread that. I'm just about ready to get violent on some poor bastard. Let's get on with the checkup so we can get back to the bus, yeah? I feel the very same urgency you express. There is much we need to cover, regrettably, given that this is the first ever regular checkup performed as a group since your employment. Faust also does not wish to pass more time without substance. Let us begin. Very well. Our first task shall be to assess your ability in response to emergency situations. And this is where we started, yeah. And this was the guy that was like not like he was like a silhouette. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Wait, he just pressed something. Emergency situations. The walls of the laboratory suddenly started spreading and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it had locked the cinders away in some kind of hold, isolating them from me, Virgilus, and Charon. What the hell? This is just an ambush. Yes, it is. The purpose of this test is to measure your behaviors and response to in case of a surprise attack, so ambush it is. Was this discussed beforehand, Virgilus? You look anxious, Dante. Well, I suppose you weren't in the... Sorry, I need to... I'm testing out a new voice, I guess. I suppose you weren't let in on this either. I mean, I wasn't for your information. Just go with their flow, Dante, as it goes. Or so it goes, would be an apt response. I'll find a room somewhere where Charon and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Faust once this is over. ... Charon wants cake too. Oh hey, we got some leftover cake in our last office party. Come this way, please. An employee appeared and led Virgilus and Charon away into a nearby office room. Okay, so this is the regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done. Oh, we're okay. I thought this was gonna cut to like out. Okay, we're good. Okay. So I was trying to read some chat messages. I can actually pause and read chat. Yeah, no. There's no urgency in this. Oh, are we just discussing IDs? Okay. Alright. Ah. Wait, why is Faust here? Shut up. Shut up. Stop.
잡기를 기다리고 있습니다.
Why are you here? Did I accidentally select you? That's not good. In fact, that's pretty bad, I would say. You're level 23. So just, yeah, do that, I guess. Level 24. I didn't mean to choose Faust. I'm sorry. I've been leveling her up. It's just she was not meant to be a part of this team yet.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
When I saw it, dang.
탑공창.
I'm not a good streamer. I don't read chat enough. It is actually getting to a point though where I'm gonna have to start reading like a normal streamer where I only pick one message out of like hundreds, except on a much smaller scale. Dang. Okay. Cool.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
사정없이 몰아칠 테니.
This is a nice break from reading. Actually, I'm glad that we're fighting.
명중. 내 뒤로.
Nice. Is it just no? There's another wave. Okay. There we go.
기꺼이.
이제
회풍.
Wish the association Faust was viable. I mean, she's
명중.
her gimmick isn't viable, but as an ID, she's been pretty decent when I use her in like proper scenarios. You know, she's not terrible. I would like a different Faust though. So, yeah. Oh, who are you attacking already? There we go.
빗소리 속에 묻히도록.
이제
On days you're not gonna stream Limbus, I recommend logging in to convert and to follow modules. I've been trying to do that. I just forget a lot.
내 뒤로.
I've got 12 right now just because I did that like once. It's also just like slightly obnoxious to actually log into Limbus because it takes a little bit to like actually load everything. Also, She-Faust is winning a clash. What the heck?
속에 진짜 놓아주마.
Dang.
핫! 해를 깨어냈습니다. 명중.
Oh god.
적기를 기다리고
No.
있습니다.
I hate when I like try and drag the screen to move it, and then it just like doesn't. Hold on. Wait. There we go. We're good.
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요. 내
Click the lens
뒤로.
on the bottom left. Can you go back to your original spot? Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
최선의 방어를.
The issue with She-Faust is that they spend 4 turns charging an attack just for a few mediocre damage. Meanwhile, charge units can spend 2 turns to outroll Ricardo. Yeah. They should definitely like make her like S3 do just like an unreasonable damage when charged. That would be like much more worth it. Right? Like 4 entire turns, it should do more than 4 turns worth of damage, you know? Bro, why does our speed just not... Like, we're gonna have to let that person attack. Oh my god. Whatever. Actually, Do that as well, yeah. There we go.
회풍. 지바이에 의뢰했다면 흩어져 찾지 못하리.
풍속에서
That's oh, that's love that. I mean, they both, yeah, you can just, yeah.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
무차 잠들어라.
흩어져
Because did you know that each
찾지
association
못하리.
lines up with the nationality of the source book of each center? Oh yeah, each like place is based on like an actual real world location, right? We went through various tests, including commandability trials using Petula and Vidya. Hark, Manager Esquire, he-ho. I have attained a score most perfect. To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge, I must delve further in my must I delve further in my studies? I mean, Don actually does have like a decent amount of knowledge on specific subjects. Hey, Sunblood. They were testing our Fixer Association knowledge, huh? Yeah, totally. Honestly, she's got more than enough fixation for the entire bus. All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes. What's the first thing you focus on when meeting a new person? The look in their eyes? How strong they look? Bloody hell, this ain't easy. Your leadership style is strong, decisive, and goal-oriented. You are, Mersault? We were finally allowed a quick break after going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well. Next, basic fitness test for all sinners. We can finally get started on the real meat of the checkup. Wait, then what are all those tests you guys were running on us? They were conducted in order to collect various data that the LCE department has been missing. In other words, we capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities. That's awesome. On an unrelated note, Martin is goated, yo. Still, I'd say it was very productive. We now know that a lot of you guys will help us support the LCB going forward. Alright, we gotta go over some tests that can be conducted in groups first. Please form a line here. The group mugshot. What, like this? Let's go, let's get this over with. Looks like we've got a long day ahead of us. Wow, those are some comfy clothes they've given us. Right? I could totally see myself wearing this to sleep. To sleep? They're LCE properties, so you better return them as soon as we're done here. Gotcha. By the way, can I take a look at my wrist here before we actually get started? I've been feeling a bit of soreness there, but Dante won't turn the clock back just for me, you know? Turning of the clock for such trivialities may cause the formation of an unfavorable habit. Please, or perhaps Mersault can remedy your pain. Oh god. I am always prepared to administer necessary aid should you request it. But actually, you know what? I'm totally fine now, don't you worry. Please stand still if you think I can... Or if you think I can see some of you on your tiptoes, you'd be very wrong. Heels on the ground, please. Or if I can. Okay, I was like, what? But my heels are on the ground. Fee. And, can you snuff out your cigarettes before the test begins? Oh, this one isn't lit. It's just there so I can look cool. Dang. Aha! And what about... bold but scram? Okay, so the basic group tests are complete. I seem to have forgotten something quite important I had to establish prior to the beginning of the tests in earnest. I need an assistant. An assistant? I need an assistant to help me smooth out the testing procedures. You got 2 of them already, right behind you, if you need directions. Oh, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants. We're specifically assistant researchers. Yes, of course, there is much that distinguishes these 2 occupations. I would like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup. Roja suddenly raised her hand. I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but now that you've raised your hand, I'll give you the floor. Don't ask me to do it, it's just not my vibes, you know? I'll take a researcher job, though. I'm a big fan of her style. Roja trailed off, greedily caressing the clothes of one of the researchers. What are you doing? I didn't really have you in mind anyway, but duly noted nonetheless. I would also like to refuse your nomination. The position of an assistant to Hohenheim implies that the said assistant is, when it comes to skill, inferior to the person they are assisting. Again, I did not have you in mind either, but your passionate expression of intent is nonetheless appreciated. I wonder who came up with this brilliant idea of putting 2 smart arses, all right, together to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes. If I were to talk about myself, I want to open by saying that I was class vice president in school, a diligent model student who assiduously facilitated the tasks of the class president in... What's with everyone getting so anxious to get picked here? You fellas actually want to be his assistant? Getting in the front and center of things is just bothersome, you know? Nerd Claire. I kind of felt like I had to apply for the position for some reason. Well, the decision has already been made. Do note that the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion. You there, orange-haired sinner. Ishmael almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line. Ooh. Greetings, Mr. Hohenheim. As you must be aware, if you've taken a look at my documents, I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You'll have nothing to worry about as long as I'm by your side. Also, I can add this experience to my resume if I ever get a chance to submit a transfer request to work at the headquarters. Didn't know you were still holding on to that hope. I called on you to ask you to move because you were standing in front of the sinner I chose. Dang. That sucks. That's crazy. Everyone turned around. He looked at Heathcliff, who was absent-mindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose. Huh? Me, huh? Me? It seems that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was. Wait, but why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like... It is a common misconception among many researchers to assume that the higher their level of education and the more elaborate their resume, the better candidate one makes for a research project participant. But that's just common sense, isn't it? At least when it comes to research. However, were you aware that the most great discoveries are made from a potent mix of spontaneity and intuition? A perfect descriptor of our friend here, what I would say. What say you, Heathcliff? I believe that this aggressive and passionate approach of yours gives you more than sufficient qualifications to command and lead them in my stead. Is that right? He replied, scratching his head. Be honest now, Yusung. You were kind of looking forward to getting picked, weren't you? It is but fate that things that were once good in the eye of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time. Chat. I want to know if I should ban this person, chat. Can somebody confirm? No, he's innocent? Okay. It's a joke. Genuinely couldn't tell for a second. This is why I have the pinned message. Spoilers will result in a ban. I know I usually have mods in chat, but nobody's here right now. So I need to ask chat now. Because I'm assuming most of my mods have probably caught up at least enough to know spoilers. Did I scare you? You did, a little bit. I'll let you off this time, obviously, but, like, try not to do that, chat. The more a stream goes on and the more my patience wears thin, the more likely I am to just ban somebody at the moment's notice if I, like, even assume that it's a spoiler. And when one does indeed fall out of favor, the intelligentsia of a bygone day, of the bygone days, must rightly excuse themselves to the realm of memories and past. I hate reading these dialogues so much. I thought I had a good vocabulary, but oh my god. What does intelligentsia mean? What does that mean? Intelligentsia. Bygone days, you say? Yisung replied with a particularly downcast look. I'm glad to have you on board as my new assistant. Ready ho, so what have I got to do now? Nothing too complicated. You only need to liberally express your free spirit just as you are now. Ah, now I see what he's doing. Honheim sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly. Martin whispered quietly to me in a voice that only I could hear. Chat. I beg you, please stop making spoiler jokes. I feel like I say this every time I stream Limbus Company, but spoiler talk in general brings out the spoilers in people.
하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다.
So like you're not okay, Russia, please stop talking. Like, you're not really breaking any rules, so I'm not gonna, like, actually get upset at anyone. But, like, genuinely, when people, like, talk about spoilers, other people will come out of the woodwork to spoil things. It's crazy. I've seen it happen 100 times. It's awful. Oh my god, we did, like, what, 2 nodes, and I'm already just, like, out of steam for reading. Oh my god. Genuinely true. That's so true. Limbus Company community might be cooked. Honestly, it's not even the Limbus Company community in general for spoilers. I feel like Limbus is definitely on the like more like obnoxious side in terms of spoilers. But like a lot of like communities in general, just if you discuss anything related to spoilers, or even joke a little bit about spoilers, there's gonna be that one guy that comes out and is like, oh, we're talking about spoilers, I'm gonna spoil. Does the number of stages count as a spoiler? No, I don't think so. You've not seen half the community, bro. I have been a little out of the community intentionally while I'm playing Limbus because I know spoilers will exist, so. Bro, my voice is already just like completely fried. Oh my god. I think it not only is it like difficult to like read even more dialogue out loud on top of me talking, but there's also just like I've got to change my voice around for each character even a little bit, so it's just like extra effort. I need to get used to it though, so like why not continue, you know? I'll be completely just like worn out and like dying by the end of this. Spoilers are still bad? Yeah, definitely. Back and I go do something. All good. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm. Everyone not using the Deku voice like you promised. The betrayal. What? I'm doing the Deku voice for Dante. Sorry, I'm intentionally like pausing and taking a minute to like read some chat messages so I don't have to do any more voices. Okay. Really might make a song for the new Kanto. That would be awesome. Heathcliff seemed eager to, as Hohenheim had suggested, express his free spirit to the best of his capabilities. Right, you there, get in line, single file, lads. Let's make this easy for all of us. But aren't you also participating in the test with us, Heathcliff? Yeah, but I'm the assistant. Since when do you wear glasses? Oh god. Oh my god. This is great. Glasses are basic apparatuses of all researchers. Look, slightly pushing up on the glasses helps to put on an air of studious, learned individual, like so. Just like how slightly pushing up the frames of my glasses while wondering what to have for lunch makes it seem as though I am contemplating on a more profound aspects of life. I'm gonna be real, as a glasses wearer, this is all true. This is all just entirely accurate. Using like your middle finger to push up your glasses, I do that entirely because I'm just like, oh, that's like kind of cool. Oh, wait, let's not make this any harder than it's gotta be, lass. It's not that big sig in your mouth. Big? What? Why did I put big there? I think I read sig as big, but I also read sig as sig, and I was like, I said both of them. This is the best part for me in this intervalo, so randomly I'm very in character, yeah. I was playing Limbus Company, that's true. That's correct. Been a while since I heard a pig squeal. Sorry, I can't. I feel like it would be like too much effort to do an actual British accent for Heathcliff. So I'm reading just like British words in a normal like American accent. So I'm just like, every time he says like blimey, I'm like, it's so, I cannot keep it together. Blimey, can't you just do as I say for once? Oh, he's actually pretty effective. So it seems that we are now ready to conduct the tests finally. The primary purpose of this test is to see on a physical level how your current abilities scale compared to yourselves before the hiring. I see, so they're trying to see how much they've progressed since before they joined the company. I had a feeling this would happen, but the mere mention of the words progression caused a rather loud ruckus among the sinners. I have innate Britishness curse, dang. I'm sorry to hear that. If I were to speak for myself, Executive Manager, I can confidently say that the thought of progressing as a person and in all aspects of life is ingrained into my very being. It's funny because you have probably progressed the least just because I haven't used your ID at all. Thus, as a fruit of those efforts, I have grown to be more precise and scathing in my critique of others' mistakes. Ah. That fits, actually, because you're... I don't use your ID. Is that progress, though? Perhaps I have learned to let certain things rest in favor of others. I once allowed myself to be trapped in overlong ruminations on worries of my manners, idly abiding by as I was consumed by my very thoughts. Now I have come to accept certain things as they are. Oh! And I've come to sometimes allow my mind to form bereft of rigorous reason. Like the vocabulary. Oh my god. Floating away gently as though I'm on a rolling stream. Is that not quite pleasant? Ah, okay, I guess that is progression of sorts. I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger, too. Oh! Look, I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. They don't call him Grip Claire for nothing. Sorry, okay. Well, you don't really have to try and prove it to us. Because the enemies we're fighting have been getting stronger too, that's an undeniable truth. We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know. Which Abno do you want to see get the first Aleph ego? Maybe Mountain. Mountain would be neat. Because I feel like everyone wants mimicry to happen, but it's not going to happen first. It's not going to happen first. It's going to be like a massive event. It might, maybe actually. Mimicry would either be first or last, you know? It might be like, oh, we're going to start it off with the most popular one or end it with the most popular one. But I feel like Mountain, if mimicry isn't first, would be a good first Aleph gear. A brutal year, yet so potent with significance. True, I guess growth really does come with time, huh? Honestly, I want Sound of the Star. That would be another good one, yeah. Honestly, any of them would be a good first Aleph Abno. Or first Aleph gear, like, ID or whatever. Whatever we get, we go. Right? I feel like the bonds between us got a lot deeper. We've all grown closer, you know? Like glue. Like glue, huh? I like it. Ah, a certain misunderstanding seems to be brewing in tandem with us, with this uplifting exchange of heart-to-hearts. Allow me to step in and nip it in the bud. Let me give it to you straight. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will. Equally defanged? In other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the, to the same general level as our 11th sinner here. Why am I your point of reference? If this is what you meant earlier by growing closer like glue, then I suppose it was quite the apt choice of words. Oh, I take that back. I take it back. Not so you're... So you're not really that much stronger than I am, huh? Wow, Sync, this is the sound of your sense of self-preservation shattering into the ether? That's it, you bloody... Excuse me, I need to know why that happened. Did we all get depowered because of the golden bow? Wait, does that have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered into a contract with Dante? Oh yeah, the chains. Indeed, one of the powers of a golden bow is connection. You are now all fairly, evenly, and equally mediocre. I mean, we've all gotten stronger, right? Hohenheim's comment and the subsequent stare seemed a bit targeted. Think of it as something akin to Quillofoth deterrence employed by the Lobotomy Corporation. So the truth is finally revealed. That's why I, Otis, grew so pathetically weak the moment I joined this company. Dang. I mean that, yeah. Otis would probably be a lot stronger because, like, military experience and stuff, right? Art thou implying that thou hast always known? Also, how did Dawn... God, dang, that means Dawn is a lot stronger. Oh god. Or is like, I don't know. How would that work actually? Sinclair after single-handedly bringing down the LCP strength by 500%. Oh god. Of course, had I been in my prime, I could have wiped the floor with you miserable doormats in a matter of seconds. You wipe floors with doormats? Man, we're also prone to saying whatever once the burden of proof is gone, huh? Ah, so that's why my murderous arms have been quiet ever since they hired me. I didn't really have anything to do with my heart after all. Or it didn't really have anything to do with my heart after all. Gregor! Boy, what's the use of all this chatter? What's the matter? What matters is that we've all been brought down to the level of this lad. But I got calluses on my palms. Yet not all of the Golden Bow's effects must have been of detriment to us. Yisung started, carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox. Was it not the advantages granted to us by the Golden Bow impaled in the pallid whale of the Great Lake by which we triumphed? What, really? Correct. Had the pallid whale been at its full strength, it is highly likely that we may still have been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive. Also, it can also be said that the diminishing effects was not equally applied in equal measures across all affected subjects. Oh god, I'm starting to go, chat. Oh god, it's only been an hour. That makes sense, I guess. I never could have knocked teeth out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sink. It's a real handy trick, you know? Okay, so skill still applies, I guess. That makes sense. Additionally, certain individual quirks cannot be suppressed by the Golden Bow. Quirks, or certain quirks that one may consider to be an individual's idiosyncrasies. Oh, so that explains Ryoshi's impressive blade work with Mr. Bumble back at the T-Corp factory. Won't waste my breath boasting. You never do it anyway. Well, if your strengths have indeed progressed since the onboarding, then the average must have risen as well. One of the purposes of those tests is to measure that very difference. So, what exactly goes into these tests? I know there's a district that uses a machine that can analyze most aspects of the subject with a quick scan. So, it's going to be something like that. Hold on, I need to pause for a second to drink water. My god. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to determine one's abilities without the assistance of machinery. In fact, I know of a perfectly appropriate methodology for this group. A perfectly appropriate methodology? We spent some time out of our busy schedules to tailor each tests for each sinner of the LCB. That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know. Tailored tests for each sinner, huh? I don't really like the sound of that, if you ask me. We will utilize the Pactula and the distortion phenomenon. Huh, that doesn't sound much like some super innovative method you were building up to. What a letdown. Right? Honestly, for all their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that. Assistant? Alright, that's enough chatter. Now get in there. This is great. I might need to buy a Limbus company zip-up jacket. That looks really awesome, actually. Did they sell those, chat? If they sell those, I will buy it when given the chance. All right. By the way, has the fishing minigame been working, chat? I don't know if anyone's done that. In their official restaurant. No! I've got to go across the world to get it. Okay, it does work. We're good. Didn't it close down? What? Nah, okay. There's no way I can get that. I can probably get it from a scalper, which sucks. Oh god. All right. Oh no! Oh no! All right, we've got to go with a with a support ID. Why is level because we haven't leveled him up yet. I need to level him up. I'm working on the refraction railway rewards. I gotta save up for that.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Let's see. First one on the blocks. Heathcliff had already begun flipping through the papers in his hands. What an unfamiliar sight. Right, you and you there inside now. Heathcliff, the assistant, pointed towards Honglu and Sinclair. Hello, 1, 2 testing. Am I coming through? As you must be well aware by now, the Petula are entities that have failed to even distort. It seems like we'll be fighting the Petula again. Oh, right, I have a question. It's something that's been nagging me the whole time since I arrived. Anytime the big 26, the world is healing. It's my best Sinclair ID. Honestly, he's been falling off recently, so sadly I might not be able to use him for much longer. Does this mean I'm gonna have to use every single sinner? Oh no. If I get a combination of like sinners that's just like 2 people that I don't have good IDs for, like Mersault and Otis, then that would suck a lot. Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason? They're all safely contained, which means that they don't pose any danger to anyone. Why is he being such a bleeding heart all of a sudden? Wait, we've been slaughtering countless scores of these sods, so what's the holdup now? Yeah, but we didn't have any choice back then because we were on a mission, and... Do you believe that taking a life to live is unlike taking a life for the sake of it? I do. ... I understand. It seems that human memory is, after all, made to be finite, save for a few exceptional individuals. People are prone to misplacing memories even from yesterday. So, who are they, Dante? Who do you believe they are, this group you lead? Given the expected communication difficulties between us, allow me to make this the multiple choice question. 1, family. 2, friends. 3, colleagues. I guess they're closest to colleagues? Dante says 3, colleagues. Honglu is practically squished against the containment unit window, holding up 3 of his fingers. He must have heard us talking. Incorrect. It's none of the above. Oh? The truth is that they are sinners, not family, not friends, not colleagues. Prisoners. I know. But the knowledge of something and the acceptance of it must be distinguished. I learned that people are prone to forgetting their places when the going gets easy, but when life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider the luxury of timely meals to be a certainty. Thus, I find these reminders to be quite useful. These sinners bound to Limbus Company are still fettered by their chains and shackles. Naturally, I have no access to such a thing as the right to refuse. Good luck. The requirement for earning lunacy is devilishly hard. Oh god. Or would it be easier for you to accept the fact that I were to suggest that you consider this but a mere extension of your responsibilities? ... I know they're sinners, but you can't talk to them like... Ah, translations are unnecessary. I think I get the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of the room. Dante, when you agreed to the contract, you must have made a deal of sorts to gain something to your benefit, am I correct? Your memories, your head, and your past. There must be so much that you would like to know, and perhaps your desire to get them back is what stops you from simply quitting. What I mean to say is that this little demonstration is that no one in this room has any right to grumble or refuse. Faust, is he usually... Yes, this is his usual demeanor. Hello, I know I'm not quite one to talk, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you? Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We are severely behind schedule. While the combatants do what they do, please pay attention to the following presentation about the Pictula projected onto this glass panel. This lecture has been prepared with the assumption that its students have an average level of knowledge, so if you consider this presentation to be boring or too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level to be below average. Hold on, oh my god. God, I didn't expect that voice to be difficult to do, because I had done it for Birdley and Deltarune. But I guess Birdley just had less lines. Oh my god. Alright. All this material seems quite elementary to me, so not sure what's so difficult about this. Yeah, save that for when the lecture actually starts. As you must already know, there are certain categories of Pictula, and as far as I'm aware, the highest stage of Pictula you observed was in stage 3, so far at least. Wherefore did thou utter a little muttering of "so far at least" at the end of thine words, good sir? Sharp, well, it's simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutes in all things. Never say never, or so they say. So you're not ruling out the possibility that we might be running into Pictula beyond stage 3, huh? Indeed, we prefer not to put down such arbitrary limitations. Anyway, the first type of many Pictula to be covered today is Pictula Irae. Irae. A red Pictulum of wrath. The nature of fire is to burn and burn until there's nothing left to be burned. I see, they're quite literally burning with rage. Now that I think back on it, didn't you express something like that before, Sinclair? I remember you screaming so fiercely that you could hardly control your own body. On the other hand, I didn't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Honglu. Aha, that's... because the realization of meaningless extinguishes the reason for the spark to set a fire. Or the spark to start a fire. The realization of meaninglessness. Dang, that sucks. Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Miss Otis bully me, expressing my anger at that is meaningless at the end of the day. Okay, I did enjoy it a little when I had to accidentally step on Heathcliff's toes, but... what exactly is the takeaway supposed to be here? Yes, that is exactly how it is. All right. Oh, okay. We're set. Cool. Oh yeah, I don't actually know Lord
Hero
Honglu's
Tatsushi.
movesets, do I? Okay. Apply 1 defense power up to 1 other ally. Highest resin divided by 3. Okay. Once per turn, Act 3 prioritizes the targets with assist. Okay. +3 rupture on target, plus poise on self, coin power +1. On use of this target has 3 types of negative effects, clash power +1. Okay. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Apply 1 gluttony damage up to all other allies that have gluttony skills equipped this turn. Unbreakable coin. Okay. This skill does not trigger defensive skills. Oh. Do you have any Heishi pack identities? I don't think I do, no. Coin power +1 for every 4 rupture on target plus poise on self. Okay. Oh, among ally Heishi pack identities that can act, choose 1 unit with the least Unrelenting Storm stack and apply Unrelenting Storm, then bestow Exalted Command. Okay, so this is like, oh. Is this actually just like a combo ID? That's not that good. Clashable counter, okay. Slash power up to identities in Heishi pack. Okay, this is bad actually. Okay, I guess we just use you like a normal ID then. Let's go. Okay.
불길 속으로.
He's still really good on his own. Cool.
그 오물을 다 죽어라.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Yo. This is sick actually.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도
My God.
없겠구나.
He's actually insane. I'm just gonna win rate that, I think.
불길 속으로. 좋아. 다 죽어라.
Nice. These look different. Don't like that. Okay.
불길 속으로.
Oh my god, this is like awesome. What the heck?
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 몸소 보여주지. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Bro, why are you like so cool? What? What's going on?
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Just using up my S1s because I know there's another wave.
불길 속으로.
Bad end ID is always cool. True.
다 죽어라.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Better than Zala looking.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도
Yeah, this
없겠구나.
one's neat so far, but I don't know if it's the best so far. We're gonna talk about G Corp Gregor, dang. Also, I had a feeling you would show up. Oh god. Cool.
불길 속으로.
Oh yeah, Sinclair probably needs to block a good bit. Yeah, oh god.
그 오물을
Okay, he's gaining sanity from
떼어내주지.
winning clashes, but he's also losing a lot. Okay, god, that's bad. I think we might win now.
친히 목을 떨궈주마. 넌
Yeah,
푸름을
okay.
틔울 수도 없겠구나.
My god. Lord Honglu's crazy. I feel like I was watching like Virgilus like pull up. Like
당연한 결과죠. 저는 선택받았으니까. 그렇겠죠?
when I first encountered these enemies, I didn't have any ID on Sinclair and only Kurokuma ID on Honglu. Dang. It's level 60, what do we expect? True. Directionless Sloth. Okay.
관역이 생겼나요?
Wait, what? Edit. I think we use a support Mersault. I guess Capo Mersault? I've heard people talk about. Capo? Yeah. I've heard people talk about Capo Mersault, so.
걸맞는 열려는
관역이 생겼나요?
How do we use him though? Burn and Tremor. Oh wait, no, I've already used you, I think, haven't I? Tiger Mark rounds? Yeah, you just switch between bullets, right? Yeah.
입정을 알리는 음악 소리가 들려.
Up next, you three. Let's get in here. Indoor voices will do, but we can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs. Now, let us discuss Chulum Pigrate Sloth. Stones are sturdy, but that's when all of them are... Well, that's all there is to them. They are directionless and unmoving, completely surrendered to inertia. They are trapped in their current lot in existence until someone else comes along to roll them away. Currently, truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them. It is efficient to live within the bounds of rigidly established routines. Getting lumped in with these two is making me real self-conscious all of a sudden. Like I'm just some lazy incompetent. Do not compare yourself to Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for one's competency, the overwhelming majority of the city's population would be deemed incompetent. I'll admit that I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent. Check this out, fellas. I'm not that rusty just yet. Charging low and into danger. Too late. This will be harder than expected. Let us provide assistance. This is why I hate Faust. That's wrong. Untrue. Cannot hate Faust. Okay. Oh wait, no. we're good. Okay.
받아볼 텐가. 전탄 격발.
By the way, what are the requirements? I didn't even look at them. Sorry if I don't talk as much during these, whatchamacallit rounds. Oh, these... Oh, I can do that, probably. But yeah, sorry if I don't talk as much during, like, combat encounters. I'm trying to preserve my voice function. Okay.
받아볼 텐가. 이것밖에 못하나. 그렇게 서 있으면 목이 떨어질
By
수밖에.
the way, what do you think is your favorite status?
이것밖에 못하나.
명중.
No.
전부 불타버렸나. 불타버렸나.
I don't have much of it, but bleed is pretty cool. I feel like bleed is just like incredibly OP though. So it's either bleed or like rupture, I guess. They're both neat.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
Sharding Manager of La Mancha Land Dawn. That'd be neat. So we did just get indexed on, so I don't know if I'm gonna be in need of a new Dawn ID anytime soon. I need to get a Mersault and an Otis ID. Oh God, the defense is actually like awful. I figured we would be fine, but I should have probably disabled some of that defense. Whatever. Neutral? No, dominating. No, we didn't. Yeah, the neutrals are not good, but alright.
받아볼 텐가.
We got a next leveler up. Then yeah, I've got to level up Lord Honglu, and then I'll focus on her.
전탄 격발.
And I also have to level up my main IDs that I've been using. They're starting to fall behind with the level caps rising.
총알값 아까울 놈은 아니군.
Oh, we got the Savage Tiger Mark, alright. There we go.
언제까지 버티나 보자고. 이것밖에 못하나. 전부 불타버렸나.
No way.
목표 확인.
언제까지 버티나
반드시
보자고.
적중합니다. 일사천명.
Yeah, we gotta do this pretty quickly. Okay.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
I really like when Limbus separates its image like this. The character moments they have together tend to be really good. That's true, yeah. Story-wise, it's great. I hate it gameplay-wise because it means I need to have the IDs leveled up properly for every sinner.
목표 확인.
That's not good. Okay, so he's getting free attacks off, I guess. That kind of sucks, but we'll be fine, probably.
받아볼 텐가.
반드시 적중합니다.
6 damage, let's go.
전탄 격발.
We are not doing much damage at all. Oh my god. Why was that starting to get bad? What? That's weird.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
Oh, we need to refuel. Oh god. I forgot about that.
목표 확인. 빗소리 속에 묻히도록.
Okay, I'm gonna go see tomorrow, everyone.
그렇게
Or
서
see everyone.
있으면
Alright, have a good one. Thanks for
목이
stopping by.
떨어질 수밖에.
I think I was not in the requirements, but we're fine. I can always come back and do these when I have incredibly overpowered sinners.
겨우 이 정도의 작자들이었나.
54%. Oh my god.
네 상관의
What the
이름과
heck?
위치를 대라. 그놈 목까지 들고 가지 않으면
Oh dang, we're about halfway down.
맞지
Nice.
않다.
Oh no, okay, that's actually fine. Magic Bullet Otis. Bowler Office, Wuthering Heights Butler. Wait a minute. What is Magic Bullet? Dark Flame. Unique Burn. Target loses defense level equal to the value of this effect. Ooh. That's crazy, actually. It's just burn, but also lowers your defense level, so things deal more damage. That's huge. This interval really is the level check of Limbus Company to make sure all your identities are strong enough. Yeah. On hit with less than 4 magic bullet, gain 1 magic bullet, and inflict dark flame equal to magic bullet next turn. This is huge, actually. I'm using this.
좋아, 몸 좀 풀어보. 좋아,
There we go.
몸 좀 풀어보자고. 돈 벌러 가자.
Cool. Next up is Goulet Gluttony. Roots of plants dig through the dirt in search of nutrients. What distinguishes them, however, is that they are not satisfied with satiation alone. The roots continue to grow, seeking rapidly greater supplies of nutrients. Into 60 frames coming back to kill Pectool with 5 colors, 3 arbiters, and 2 claws. Persona 5 collab IDs? That'd be sick. Wait, no, Persona collab IDs? What? Hang on a minute, what's this? Heathcliff, after flipping through a few more pages ahead, looked up at Hohenheim and shouted, "Are we really gonna do this song and dance for each and every one of these Pectool? Why don't we lump them together like how you've paired up the sinners?" Ha, running low on patience already? Only simpletons would make such a basic suggestion. It's standard protocol. In case you weren't aware, I am also unhappy about this process, but sometimes we must swallow our complaints and do as we're told for the sake of a proper test results. You make a valid proposition. What? Very well, I also fail to see the necessity in fighting these Pectula one by one, especially given the busy schedule ahead of us. Your suggestion is accepted, Assistant. Oh, what, really? Aren't you the one who suggested it? If we didn't have to fight them one by one anyway, then why didn't we do this from the start? Because testing them one by one yields a more accurate result. Studies suggested that the margin of error may grow by 0.06% when testing multiple entities at once. I see, but I say the benefits of a smaller margin of error outweighs the convenience of lumping them all together. Why don't we proceed as planned? Bloody hell, just let it go, yeah? I mean, convenience in terms of saving time is actually a valid, like, concern, you know? Saving time means more work in total can be done. So, it's probably the better option, actually. Yeah, Otis, come on. This very carelessness is why I think we can risk a 0.06% greater margin of error, right? Indeed, it is sometimes necessary to prioritize efficiency over the pursuit of perfection. I'll abide by the executive manager's judgment. My god, immediate switch up. Very well, then allow me to explain Pectula morostatasis. Morositaceous gloom as well. Have you ever immersed yourselves in the deep waters? Quite easy to sink to the depths, no? However, the deeper one sinks, the harder it does become to rise again. The pressure suffocates you from all directions, no matter how much you thrash around, desperately looking for something to grab onto. All you find is futility, such as gloom. I suppose one of the few benefits of working for this company is that its constant motion gives no time for such emotions to drag us down, especially now that I have some level of confidence that they might actually keep their end of the contract. Ooh, sounds like a disagreement's brewing. Even after I've joined the bus team, I still feel like I'm floundering deep in some ditch, you know? Though I'm only here because I want to be here, but still. Are you sure you're in that ditch by choice? Maybe you just don't know how to rise to the surface again. I don't appreciate hearing that from someone who doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, dang. Well, it's all ready now, and you go. You too, Assistant. You aren't exempt from this tests. Or from the tests. Huh? Me too? Perfect timing. I've been getting a bit tired of all this mental exercise. Right then. Let's wrap this up quick. Honestly, Heathcliff, he's kind of he's like able to like work a job. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think he'd fit as like a researcher's assistant, but he's like doing his job properly. What the heck? Defeat the enemies before they self-detonate. Okay. Cool.
완벽한 한 발을 위해
안에
Heath
갇혀
Ledger's pretty
죽어라.
competent despite how people think of him as dumb and wrong.
풍
He's given a
속에서
lot of his ideas. Yeah.
찢어 놓아주마.
Also, the S2 did less damage than the S3. What the heck?
걸려라. 제대로 찝었군.
He even managed to join
제대로
Seven
찝었군.
Association in the Mirror World, which means he'd be a pretty good detective, yo.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
적중. 일발장전.
찢어 놓아주마.
Getting that coffin build up huge.
무쳐 잠들어라.
There we go. Cool.
가자.
적중.
Magic Bullet Otis isn't as cool as the other two were. When did you put read in the title? Do you know what kind of community we are? Forgot about that, my bad. Okay.
가자.
격발.
Yo, multi-hit. Wait, whoa.
일발장전. 적중.
자, 한 건 했고.
가둘 수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주지.
Nice.
Fish.
Fish.
가자.
I mean, I think we're stopping these guys before they detonate, so we might be able to get the, whatchamacallit? The bonus.
찢어 놓아주마.
Especially now that we've got a 8-9 coffin for Heathcliff. Oh my god. Heathcliff, get on your horse. The neutrals might be a bit bad. No, we're fine. Just deal as much damage as you can.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Oh no. Did you just get staggered? Oh my god.
격발.
적이야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Why do you do that? This sucks. We'll be fine probably.
목을 내놓고 있도록. 야! 가둘 수 없다면
I think Magic Bullet Orbits is kind of random if you don't use her in a dedicated burn team since Darkflame is an insane status for burn specifically, yeah. How do you like the range of all so far? That's pretty fun.
이럴 줄 알았으면
Oh, Roach is dead.
탄 좀 제대로 해보고 올걸.
야! 직접
Yeah, Roach is
후회를
honestly...
새겨주지.
That idea really sucks a lot.
직접 나서도록 할까?
Okay, much better.
목을 내놓고 있도록. 응?
Okay.
계속해봐라. 죽어도 나는 다시.
That did not meet the criteria for the test. What? It detonated, dang. Didn't it? Okay. Do you, Raja? Is great? No, we've got a Rose Banner works, Raja.
와일드 헌트야. 더 앞으로. 막아서는 것들도 이 행렬에 녹여낸다. 이 뜬물을 분노의 끝에 닿을 때까지.
And I'm probably gonna end it like 2 hours. I know I literally like a few streams ago said that I wanted to stream for at least 3 hours, but this Limbus streams are gonna have to be a bit shorter for like intervalos, just because I cannot read out loud this much and still stream. My God. I love coffins. I bet I'm gonna literally be blind, dang. Dulled Harpoon. Hey. This team just works out nice.
지정 잠시 같이 걸을 텐가. 네 목길이
One level behind,
같으니
right?
거들어주지.
Well, that weren't too much trouble. Next up's you two. Get in there. With Ryoshu? Let's do this, I guess. ST. What? She wants to switch teams. Really? Now? That's your problem with this, Ryoshu? Your dulled harpoon doesn't interest me. It's dulled so much that I doubt it can even impale that sickly nerd over there. I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim. I'd much rather watch that blood fiend fight again. Thou speakest of me. That's 'tis quite the pickle. Oh, she wants to switch teams. Is that all right? Of course not. You heard the man. Let's go. I'll admit that my harpoon's not as sharp as it used to be, and I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then. But we're all sailing on the same boat. I'm not gonna hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to razor sharpness when the need arises. I'm swapping you out as soon as you start making a fool of yourself. Lass, I thought I've been clear enough on this. Switching teams ain't a thing. Pectulum Superbi. Pride. Hohenheim droned on as if the bickering sinners didn't exist in the world. In his world. Wheel, symbol of technology and the vector of humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel, in its boundless pride, rolls on and on in search of the perfect circle, something unconquered by even nature. Yet it remains uncaring for the flesh it rends, nor the grass it tramples in its path. Isn't that just confidence, not pride? You can't get anything done if you're just sitting idly sitting idly in place. One might even say that pride is but another name for overconfidence. It oft claims trailblazers or those who have never tasted failure. Ah, someone like you, Hohenheim. Well, that certainly is a perspective. Up next is Luxray, Lust. Moving on just like that, huh? The meaning of Pictulum Luxray, Lust, is not exactly what it says on the tin. A more illustrative description would say that this is, yes, an obsession to spread a fragment of what forms the self. A desire to propagate, to breed. Okay. Saying that in a nerd voice is strange. Of course, there is more to this concept than just that, while the word itself may be subject to interpretations limited to the carnal understanding. To share one's knowledge, one's ideas, to invite others into gaining the understanding of a sliver of oneself, you seek to express that such things are lust as well. Freaking Not bad. I always appreciate these discussions with the learned. There never is any dead air. Admit, Heathcliff, all of that flew right over your head, didn't it? Why even ask? Unnecessary. Shut up and get in there. Dang. All right. I don't like that it's all favored. Why is it all favored?
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
Oh god, but times like this is when
회풍.
Zvai Ishmael actually like is really good though. Because she can just use one turn to like block him and it improves every single one of her attacks. It's crazy.
답봉 참여.
Oh, I just realized you don't have enough speed, do you? That sucks. Okay, wait. Hold on. How do I, There we go. You have one person attacking you. That's awesome. Okay. Shoot. Do that. Do that. Do this. Do this. And this. No, do this, I think, right? Yeah. Then you can just snap on one extra attack on that guy, I guess, yeah. There we go. Pretty good.
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요. 시바이에 의뢰했다면 대검의 머리가 쪼개지진 않았을 텐데. 대검 방어. 사정없이 몰아칠 테니.
Do not take 10 plus hits during this encounter for each identity. I might be able to do that, honestly.
기꺼이 답공창 대검의 머리가
Oh
쪼개지지
my god,
않았을
that one's
텐데.
still alive. That's annoying. It's not a time limit based though, so we'll be fine. Just do that, yeah.
기꺼이 대검의 머리가 쪼개지지
Library of Ruin, I
않았을
guess. Would
텐데.
you like most like to see in Limbus? I don't know. I mean, we've already seen a lot of like the main ones, like Kim. We've seen Kim. Kim's insane. I would have liked to see anyone from the Reverberation Ensemble, but they're all dead, right? Dang. We need to kill you to prevent any hits. No, but no, never mind. The counter happens immediately, so we can't even do that. What? I'm confused. Stop.
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
Philip is technically kind of in Limbus. True, yeah.
답공창
I don't know. Philip kind of sucks though. He's like the worst. He's like the worst of the Reverberation Ensemble.
회풍 하
We've taken 4 hits. That's bad. I think we've got this still though. Okay.
기꺼이
Well, purchase we did get to see an Argelia cameo. Yeah, we did see that a little bit ago. But that doesn't count.
내 뒤로 최선의 방어를
Nice. One left. So what? There we go. Huge.
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
I think we fulfilled the requirement, chat.
회풍 대검의 머리가 쪼개지진 않았을 텐데. 인명 피해 없음, 기물 피해 경로. 완벽한데요?
Actually,
소문이
Philip might still be
퍼지면
around since the library had partial
당분간
book of them.
귀하신
True.
분들의 영지보호 의뢰가 끊이질 않겠어요.
Also, Ryoshu was talking all that trash, and Ishmael still beat her. All right, chat. I think since it's been about 2 hours and my voice hurts, I think I am probably gonna end stream here because Kali book somewhere. Oh god. Though Kali is still like, Gebra is still around. Not exactly Kali, but like Gebra is still alive. I'm really genuinely hoping that the culmination of Limbus Company is that they team up with the library to take down the head. That is my like theory. That's less of a theory and more of a hope. But that would be sick. We got 2 different art books because of cloning. True. We got all turned into light day. But yeah. Anyway, chat. We're a little past halfway through this intervalo. That's good. So we'll probably finish it next time we stream it. So they have to hunt down the clones so they don't get a blister in a day. That is a theory, but it's looking more like they want to get Dante to be the new L-Corp head. Oh. Maybe. That would be neat. Let me see if that is, oh yeah, let me actually do my outro. Thank you all for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch. I've did a link to my Discord server if anyone would like to join that. Link in description as well as my Twitch bio. I like ping for streams and like we all hang out there sometimes. It's pretty neat. The Discord's pretty fun. I like it. But yeah, other than that, thank you all for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Later.